Hello, hello, and welcome back to Let Supreme Ghost Thief. Good to be back with another video. Been away on a summer hiatus, vacation, family, all that. But looking forward to getting back into some Thief. And we are going to continue a Keeper of the Prophecies, Mission 5, The Other Side of Time. And before that, just giving you a brief rundown of my plans for the fall, or late summer fall. I'm basically going to focus now on finishing the campaigns that I have started before. We have 4 or 5 of them. We have this one, we have Thief's Den for the Dark Mod, 7 Sisters, Gems of Providence, Ruins of Origenia as well. That's quite a few. I'm also going to do the Mystic Gems, Mystic Gems 1 and 2. That was the choice by Harm, who was the winner of the last Thief Ambiance competition. So he chose Mystic Gems 2, but I've played both of them before, so I'm going to do Mystic Gems 1 and 2. That Mystic Gems 1 is actually going to be the next mission I do after this. In addition to those, I'm also going to play Heartcliff Islands, which I have actually played, I just have yet to record. Because that's the only mission currently that has never been attempted to be ghosted. So that sort of will be a little milestone for our ghosting community. But all in due time. Let's get into Keeper of the Prophecies first. We are going to load up the end of Oracle of the Prophets and continue. No briefing, but there's going to be like a little intro Cambator sequence. So at the end of the other side of... No, sorry. At the end of Oracle of the Prophets, we talk to the Guardian, this weird face in space. And that's what the Guardian is referring to here. The Guardian must have known why it sent you here. Discover why this night is special. Once you know what to do, leave the area. Continues in the next mission. You need all the friends you can get. Do not kill anyone in the area. So right now this is all very vague because we have no clue where this area is or where we have been sent to. So these objectives are more appropriate to discuss once we start the actual mission and get to the location that we're going to be occupied in. So obviously it's a time travel mission now, the other side of time. So we'll figure out, you know, at what time we've been sent to here. It is now the end of the beginning, and perhaps the beginning of the end. For the Guardian of the Ages has commanded you to seek your destiny on this side of time. Yet first you must see where he is sending you. And why he is sending you here. So I think this is an elongated scouting orb that he's made into a spaceship, kind of.
Looks like the Guardian sent me back to the cathedral. Now what? Phew. Ugh. It's actually hot in here. Since when do these Hammerites bother to heat this place?
There we go. So now we got some equipment back. 2 rope arrows important. The watch, which we had never actually picked up, but we have it still. And there we go. Okay, so yeah, we are back in the cathedral. Same sort of map as the insurrection. And so let's make a real save. Let's take a look out here.
The last time I was here, there was ice on that river. It takes a lot of rain to melt that much ice.
Okay. Alright, so let's check out a few things here. So we're actually now in the Chief Alchemist's office. Or that part of the cathedral. So here we have Karis.
Can't do that. Am I their servant? Nay, I am not. Nor will it be long before I am free of this place. The rich, the powerful, these are the ones who betrayed me. Fat cats who support these hemorrhoids instead of me. These are the ones who will pay for my present afflictions.
I thought they got rid of that lunatic.
Now, how I hate to dirty my hands, but I have no other choice.
So then it's pretty obvious that we've been sent back in time to before Karis left.
And now I must act with more or less information than
Now
I
we
would
can't get
have
into this
thought.
room. These gates here don't work either. So let's start exploring the area here. Now, safe to say that this is my least favorite mission so far in the campaign. Mostly because there is absolutely no presence of tension. We know the map. It's reusing the same map, and it doesn't even include everything, because the catacombs you can't access in parts of the river. And there are a lot fewer guards, and the guards that are there are not hostile. They're neutral, unless you attack them. So there isn't that much tension going on. It's more about figuring out where the story will bring us here. That's sort of the tension piece. But I'll show you, of course, everything the mission has to offer, and there are some things that you might miss that I think I found everything, at least. A couple of objectives that are sometimes missed. Alright, let's... this contains 3 water arrows, 5 moss arrows, 3 gas arrows, 4 gas mines, 2 mines, 3 healing potions, 2 invisibility potions, 2 slowfall potions, and 2 speed potions. There's actually quite a bit of equipment in this mission, and I'm not really sure why, because you don't really need it at any point. But yeah, there you go. I'll show you what there is. Move over to this end. There's the elevator that can take you down to the hallways. We're not going to go that way. I'm going to show you what's over here. Here's 2 gas arrows. So we are now on the north side of the cathedral. So you can see the whole base of the map is the same. If we go the other way, there's a healing potion. But you can't get further this way here. So we don't need to go into that way. And out on these ledges, there are actually nothing to pick up. So we're going to call up the elevator instead. Now this mission can be Supreme Ghosted. This is if you want to go back to, remember the two chapels. You can go through the banners. I don't want to do that. Let's see, I'm gonna open this one. I believe that's the one I'm gonna open. Let me just check real quick. No, that was not the one we're going to open. Yep, this one. That'll come in handy later. So we want to head over to Cavador's office, the assistant alchemist. Let me just show you guys a couple of things here. This way, you can find 2 more cast arrows. Now we do lose health, take damage still. We are still poisoned in this mission, but I don't feel it happens as often in this mission as it has previously. Health potion and invisibility potion as well here. And then it stops. You can notice that there's a healing potion at the other side. Okay. This is then the office for Cavador. So here we're going to go. There are 2 pieces of loot, a bottle of wine and a goblet, and there's a healing potion, and then there's a readable. Today's tasks: the 5th hour, rise, wash, and breakfast. The 6th hour, prayer and writing of sacred poems. The 8th hour, tend garden. The 11th hour, meet the messenger of Lady Alisha. Interesting. Okay.
Looks like Lady Alisha is still alive. I wonder if that has something to do with finding the antidote.
So we get a hint to Alicia's presence, maybe. You can't open. We're gonna head up to the towers right now because there's some loot up there. Close that. So you can see it's virtually empty everywhere. No patrollers up on these upper levels. Come on. There we go. Now this mission does have some problems with the infamous rope arrow bug, where you try to shoot a rope arrow and just get stuck in the air right in front of you. So I have put in a DML that fixes that. I had trouble with that in this mission, practicing for this. So make sure that you look at the official thread for this campaign. Or let me know if you need the DML if you have problems with it. So we're now heading west. So the map is the same. I didn't say that. It's exactly the same map. There's only one map, as there was an insurrection. So we are now moving westward, essentially, from the choir area but we are on the 3rd level. There we go. Up here. We have some loot. Stack of copper coins, stack of silver coins, and a pair of dice. There's also a deck of cards that's actually worth 1, so total 113. There's also a healing potion. There are 2 moss arrows, 3 water arrows. There's a rope arrow, an invisibility potion, a soulfall potion, and a gas arrow as well here. So we went up there for the loot, essentially. Now we're going to head west, which is here. Now we can drop here without taking damage, so let's do that. We have to be super slow though. So now we're getting over to the 2 towers. We can drop down here. Remember, this is a way that you can head all the way down to the 2nd floor of the cathedral. Okay, this is the south tower. And here is 3 rope arrows. I'm not going to show you this because I showed it to you in Insurrection. But if you rope arrow up here, you can climb all the way to the top of the tower. And in the south tower, you can find a healing potion, a speed potion, and 4 slow fall potions up there. And you have that same warning at the top that you might remember of systems being slow and whatnot. And this is the north tower. Here are 2 rope arrows. And in the north tower, top of the spire, you have a healing potion, a speed potion, invisibility potion, and 4 slow fall potions there also. We don't need any of those, but we're going to head downstairs now. So last time I played this mission, I lost 3 health shields from the poison. But before that, prior to that, I had never lost more than 1. So it's very random. Now we are all the way in the nave area, the Northex section, the entrance. And there is an enemy here, but he is neutral, so he will not do anything to us. Over here there's a gold candlestick worth 50, total 163, and there is a readable. There are 2 or 3 copies of this same readable spread throughout the cathedral. What follows is the courageous sermon of Philuxus, vicar of the cathedral, written herein as he spake these words on the 13th day under the owl moon, in the 4th year under our great king, Forsythius the Just, to be distributed in this printed form to all practicing Hammerites and other followers of the Builder, by blessing and commandment of Encelon, High Priest of the Order of the Hammer. The Sermon of Philuxus. My brothers and sisters, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, in recent days we've been instructed by representatives of Sir Pavlovstorm, Viceroy of the King, to rid our streets of all abandoned and lost children. In appearance, our town is needful of cleansing. we are told, and this cleansing will soon begin through the disappearance and slaughter of those who now cower upon unclean knees to beg with trembling small hands for unclean food at our polished feet. In this quest for cleanliness, the term feral child has been raised to describe such unwanted orphans. But it is the opinion of this order that only roaming cats and stray dogs may be considered truly feral, and that children are always children, whether orphaned in ill-conceived wars, or simply abandoned by those parents no longer able to provide the most basic necessities of life. As followers of the Builder, we cannot, and we will not, stand aside as children and are hauled away like mere refuse by those most rich in gold, but most poor in common decency. And so I say unto thee, it is the admonition of this humble priest that we will seek out any and all lost children of the streets, to reunite each with parents such as they may have, and see to it that shelter is found, and that food is provided daily, and that clothing better than mere rags lies upon their backs. And of those bounty hunters found to be seeking such children for the pittance of a quick reward, these we will drag away forthwith, to proper correction and the straightening of their souls. But that is not all, for there are children who are truly orphaned with no parents whatsoever. What of them? To what parent shall they return when none exists? There is only one just and proper answer, and I do not offer this lightly or without careful thought, for in the name of the Builder himself, this is what we must do. We will welcome these children into our own homes, and to these we will provide a warm bed and a seat at our table, and these we will raise as our own daughters and sons, with full rights and titles such as we can provide. This will not be a painless task. There will be burdens to bear, and we will make enemies of those willing to support the evil which stands against us. But it is a price worthy of our own gold and sweat and even blood. Although this cathedral will one day fall into ruins and its memory lie buried unseen for eons, the righteous actions of those who stood in protection of those weakest among us will never be forgotten. As it is written, to those who seek out the lost and comfort the terrified, and protect the innocent, such are to be most rewarded in the forever land of the Builder on the other side of time. Title drop there.
Yeah, well, nice sermon. Except that I'm carrying a certain doll named Judy for one of those feral kids that you Hammerites missed.
Okay. So now we're going to head outside. Another readable. Brothers, the late summer is upon us, and as humble servants of the Builder, it is required again that we offer moral guidance to those who might otherwise engage in pagan harvest rituals. Remember to bind flagrant sinners until they are sober, so when they are punished, they will remember the reasons for their corrective stripes. As our sacred writings make plain, flog a sober man and he will repent of his sins. But flog a drunkard and he will return to his bottle, not knowing the reason for his pain. Vicar Philoxus. Alright. So let's head outside here. There is a patroller out here as well. Like for him not to see us. Okay, so here is the exit gates from the cathedral. This here is not a pickable lock, and there actually is no key that is assigned to it either. But there's a readable here. While we continue to repair the automatic timing machinery of this inner gate, all visitors and Hammerites must manually unlock the gate mechanism using a key provided during normal work hours. No new keys will be provided once the town forges have been shut down for the night, and so therefore if thou art keyless after hours, seek someone with a key to open the gate for thee. By order of Brother Denton, Deacon of Gatekeepers.
Well, no key for me. Looks like I'd better find some visitor who's still planning to leave tonight.
So this is a very interesting objective. It says, looks like no more keys will be made until tomorrow. Find someone who will be leaving the cathedral area tonight. So unless you go out here and actually read this, you will never even see this objective. It won't show up and it won't check off automatically when you do something later. It simply will never appear. So now we have it in our inventory. Or in our objective list, I should say. Something else I'm going to show you here. This is kind of difficult to spot. But now we can't move further east or west here. But this is the gate up here that we started in Insurrection, Mission 3. And the items that was left by the keeper there for us is actually still there. I don't think that Frobber remembered that, and I think he forgot to remove them, because it's very, very difficult to get in there. But that's actually a challenge I'm going to post to you guys. It's not going to be a ghost challenge, so it won't be a part of the official list, but challenge you guys to be able to get in there and get those items. You can sort of see there at the bottom of the gate, you might have been able to see a little bit of smoke there. That's from a gas arrow. And there's actually a gas arrow, 2 rope arrows, a speed potion, and an invisibility potion in there. So I challenge you guys to get in there and get those. That requires a little bit of trickiness, I guess. Okay. He does greet me when he goes by, and I don't like that. When they see you, they greet you. So I'm going to wait for him to pass. So yeah, we have that in our list now. So there are a couple of pieces of loot outside as well. One of them actually well hidden here. Underneath this rock is a gold nugget worth 100, total 263. And we're going to head inside again here. Now the mission can be Supreme Ghosted, I said that. It cannot be perfect Supreme Ghosted. There's one piece of loot we have to skip, and that is coming up here. So we've now entered in the north, and or in the northeast section, right here. So here's a Hammerite guard and an acolyte. Let's grab these two. Now these are neutral, but there are 2 pieces of loot behind them. A gold plate to the left and then a vase on the right. I'm going to sneak in here a little bit. The gold plate we can take.
Thou shalt not rob from the house of the builder.
Okay, he saw that. Why didn't I save it there? That gold plate there we should be able to take. At least I've never had a problem with that before. Let's see, maybe we can move a little bit faster here.
The land of the heathen shall consume he who has stolen.
Wait. Now we lost some health here. Should not have to worry about that in terms of... He does movements like that, but he is not actually... Yeah. There. You gotta go slow. That acolyte there, I've never seen him alert to me taking that loot. Very odd. But that golden plate we took there as well. We should have 428 now, yes. But if he sees you while you are taking loot, then he will alert. Sort of a scripted alert, but it is based on you and your actions. So we might have to just wait here a little bit until he settles down. Let's see. So that, I guess, is not a vase, it's sort of a purple chalice over there. A large goblet. That we're going to have to skip, because if we take that, he will see us guaranteed. He always alerts to that loot item being taken. Now you can take it for Ghost, because you can actually push him forward so that he is just in line with that goblet, and then take it. Because I guess he doesn't see you, or doesn't see the item being gone or something. But yeah, you can't take it for Supreme. So there, now we're around him. I'll show you what I mean. If we go in front of him now.
Hold there.
Yeah. So he knows that we've taken, or that some loot is missing maybe, but he doesn't actually verbally alert now, which is why we're fine. Because he hasn't seen us. So I guess he technically turns into a hostile when some of the loot is missing. Okay. Okay, well maybe this is good then. That did not happen in my practice run, but I think I was probably spotted then, actually, before. Okay. Well, that's pretty awesome. I wasn't able to take that loot item last time, but I don't think I snuck around like I did then either, because they are neutral. But this guy probably has not alerted to our presence at all now. And that is probably what triggers whether he alerts to the loot missing. That would make sense. Well, that's pretty awesome. That means perfect Supreme Ghost is possible. I take back what I said earlier. Take these two loot items also. And this is the same book that we read. There's also a healing potion. I'm very surprised that I didn't actually try that. Because I don't think during my testing that I even considered sneaking all the way in, which I did now. Sneak over to the first item, then sneak around and down here, and then in behind him. And since we just leaned in, he probably didn't see us, at least not something that would trigger a second alert. So the loot is missing, which means that he is no longer neutral, but he hasn't verbally alerted and verbally said anything. Yeah, so we're good. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. See, we're gonna head outside again. On the south side, there's the last piece of loot outside the cathedral. It's in the cemetery here. Gold goblet. worth 30. Total 623. So we're going to end up having 65 more loot now from that big goblet on the in the nave that I didn't think we could take. But hey, I'm not complaining. Now we're done on this level, so we're going to head back up and look at the offices by the chapel. So this is the access to the catacombs, and you can't even frob those doors. That whole level has been removed. Okay, so now we come up to the Chapel of the Vicar. And here's the readable that I checked earlier but didn't read. Novices and visitors, I'm in conference with a person of high estate this evening. If you wish to stay within these walls, do not enter to trespass upon our private conversation. When we are done, the lady will depart these grounds immediately, and I will meet with you thereafter if you wish, Brother Cavador. So the lady that he's meeting is Alisha. Now, Garrett doesn't know that yet, and when we enter there, a conversation will start and a timer will begin, where we have to follow Alisha out. And I don't want to do that yet, because we still have some things to pick up. I want that to be the last thing we do. Over here, there's a well-hidden ring. Total 723. That's worth 100. I'll also raid the office of the Vicar a little bit later. We're going to head this way. We are going to head west now and pick up a couple of pieces of loot. Here on this bench, total 738. You can't go further west than this, so we're going to climb over this beam. And we're now in the northern, is it called the Triforium or something like that? Here is a purse worth 75, I think, total 813. There's a patroller here that I don't really want to. He also alerts, like greeting you. Let me show you a few other things instead. I'm gonna reload, but there's a couple of items. We're now in the north side of the cathedral. And head all along here. Feel free to skip this part. We're going to pretty much circumnavigate half of the cathedral here. There are 4 moss arrows. And now we're sort of on the southeastern part of the cathedral. Here's an invisibility potion. And then the final piece, the very end here, you can see if you go around, there's a speed potion. That should be the last object on the ledges. Follow this guy now. this is the northeast attic. We don't need to go there, but here's a readable. In progress, novice
Wait.
orientation meeting.
Wasn't there supposed to be a holy war going on around here? Oh well. Pretty soon I'll wake up from this crazy hallucination, and it won't matter anymore.
Do not disturb. Well, that's in there, in the chapel. First, let's go into the High Priest's study. Bottle of wine, gold goblet, total 868. There's also gold plate, 910, and a healing potion and a rosary, and a readable. Available projects for new novices. Cleanse the ancient statues. Count the shards of glass required to form each stained glass window. Record this in the sacred annals. Remove rust from the ancient altars and apply oil to prevent further rotting due to summertime moisture. Record an oral history as remembered by the High Priest. Catalog the contents of the catacombs. Determine the number of steps needed to transform balcony access ramps into proper stairways. And there is something in the wastebasket too, a scroll. To all citizens in good standing, it is required for thee to deliver unto representatives of the king all feral children discovered roaming the streets. Any citizen found to harbor such children not of their own making will likewise be delivered up to judgment. So ordering by Pevlovstorm, viceroy to the Forsythist the Just. Let's drop that again in here. Oh, come on. Oh, that's good enough. Okay, so now we're gonna trigger the sermon. There's loot in there. So we have to wait for the sermon to end and then for everyone to leave.
The builder's truth it is that men without belief do soften and fail as rotten wood.
The builder places thy challenges before thee as a stairway of hewn stone up the tower of thine life. When thou seekest to add to those challenges, to compass thine pride, thou dost clutter the design of the stairway and introduce cracks and weaknesses. Nay, our walls be cut from the thickest stones, our gates be wrought from full iron. Any who pits his strength against their strength shall smash himself with his own effort, even as the fruit falling from a tree dashes itself on a rock below. A foe is best contested in the light, not the shadows. Allow none to so disguise themselves before thee, lest thou slip into the shadows thyself, and so be lost. And ever so the chisel cannot know the will of the hand it serves, nor should it judge whether the mark it makes be for well or ill. 'Tis enough for a tool to be sharp and well crafted. Only so canst it serve the builder.
So they should all leave. Some of them will turn around and come back again and go through the chapel one more time, but none of them should be stationed themselves in the chapel afterwards. They might have some problems passing each other in the doorway here. These are still neutral guards. But there are plenty more now spread around the grounds. We might have... no. him, maybe? So that's 2 gold candlesticks. Total 10-10. There we go, perfect. So now we can head up this way. That's the reason for me leaving this open. There. Now we can focus on the office of the vicar. Which we also have to pick. And here is a stack of gold coins, total 1047. There's a healing potion, and then there's a readable. Vicar Fluxus, it is the opinion of this legal office that you have a reasonable claim against those who performed shoddy workmanship on your inner gate timing mechanism. Therefore, I agreed to seek compensation from those who have injured your reputation for fine craftsmanship, and a sum of gold for the young widows created as a consequence of the mechanism failure. Since I may need to make periodic visits to your facility, I request a reliable contact in town of someone able to escort me into the cathedral when required. Regards, A.H. Franticius, Esquire. So that's the same readable that we read on the other door. So now we are going to make a real save here. And listen to this conversation.
Looks like Lady Alisha really is alive.
So now we got a new objective. Blimey, the Oracle sent you back into the past. This means there's another Garrett wandering around this world. Let's not screw up history and worsen any worse by letting Alisha see you tonight. This is already a dicey time travel situation. Alisha must not be harmed in any way. And now we have checked off the objective that we found by reading the note by the cathedral gates. It's the only way we can do that is if we read that first.
Better not let her see me now, or I'll have a lot of explaining to do.
Although we agreed to send this marvelous device with you, Lady Alisha, you must understand that my master is quite displeased, for he wishes to discuss a proposal with Mr. Garrett. Yet Garrett continues to refuse our invitations.
Yes, so I do understand your master's anxieties, Brother Cavador. But you must consider how Garrett has become quite depressed in recent days. So it is my hope that this new eye will improve his mood every bit as much as it improves his vision.
Then the scroll I have given you must serve as my personal message.
You are most kind, dear Cavador.
So now we checked off discover why this night is so special as well.
So this is the night Alisha picked up my new eye. I wonder if Counselor Franticius is working late tonight. As if he's no longer alive to poison me. Yes. That should do the trick.
So now we've not got even more objectives. Before you traveled back in time, Counselor Franticius tried to kill you. And since you might remember that Franticius killed Alisha tonight, it might also come in handy to see where they meet tonight. Follow Alisha out of the cathedral area. Continues in the next mission. So that's what we have to do now. Okay. Took a goblet and a gold plate. He did not see that. Total 1,097. She goes down here. I'm hoping that I'm not too far away from her now. she goes over to the altar. And she stops there and does some kind of prayer ritual, I think. Maybe she's praying for Garrett. I'm not sure. And now she heads west. We're going to do the same. So Cavador, usually when I've played it in the past, just leaves the chapel. Doesn't come back like he did. So that put me off slightly, but I knew where Alisha was headed, so. There she is. Now she will alert us like normal, and if she gets to second level hunt mode, then we will fail the objective. She first alerts too. She might actually. So one piece of loot that we haven't taken yet, and that's this gold candlestick. Total 1147. And that's max loot then. There she is. We can't close this gate, obviously. So nothing is checked off yet, but if you don't follow her right now, we should get another objective. That if you follow her close behind, you might also never see. Let's wait a little bit and see if that triggers. New objective. Let's see. Alisha has left the cathedral area. Get out now before you lose contact with her completely. So if you just leave or follow her directly, you will not get that either. So let's follow her then. Awesome. So this objective and looks like no more keys objective, those two you might not trigger if you don't read that readable and follow Alisha close by and get out right as she gets out. Yeah, so that actually, viewers, was a successful Perfect Supreme Ghost as far as I could tell. I think I closed all gates and reset all elevators, stuff like that. Hopefully I did. And that's the first time I've been able to. But yeah, I guess that Acolyte only reacts if he has seen you prior to you taking or during taking any of the loot. I thought that he automatically triggered from seeing the loot gone, but he must only alert if he sees you first or during the process. So I was able to avoid that, and I'm happy about that. So yeah, awesome. Stats, 36 minutes, 18 seconds. Found 1147 loot out of 1147. No pockets picked. 2 locks picked. and no backstabs, no knockouts, no damage dealt or taken. No, taken, we took 2 from the poison, which is excused. Healing taken, nothing. Innocents killed, none, and others killed 0. No Iron Beast destroyed or disabled, and no secrets present in the mission. Campaign totals, time so far 5 hours, 17 minutes, 20 seconds. Loot so far 8,119. Total damage dealt 0 and received 22 from the poison again then. Okay, yeah, so like I said before, it is a mission, I think, without any tension whatsoever. But it seems like the author has tried to make the time travel reveal the main thing, to sort of be a plot twist or whatever. But the title of the mission is The Other Side of Time. So it's pretty logical when you start the mission that you've been sent back to the past, since Karis is there, and it's before the winter storm and everything. So I don't think that that reveal works very well. And the grounds of the cathedral is also very, very big, so it's just a matter of going and looking for loot, and there's no loot objective even. If there was a loot objective, if the enemies were hostile, this mission will be a lot better. I think so. But it is what it is. I have not played the next mission yet. I have played it before, but I don't remember much. Reversing the Order, it's called. But I know that we're then going back to the same part of town as we played in Hallucinations. And I know that is a very difficult mission, especially ghost-wise. But I don't have any detailed memory of it, so we'll see when we do that. Like I said before, the next mission is going to be Mystic Gems 1, Unlucky Soul. So I hope to see you guys back there. Hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment to let me know your feelings on the mission and the campaign so far. And with that, have a good night. Bye-bye.